Like you said, you like to get outside nature. You don't need your phone to go outside. You don't need your phone to journal. You don't need your phone to breathe. Like you said, breathe, take a breath. Turn your damn phone off.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Larry Love. Welcome back to yet another exclusive, fine, fresh, funky edition of the Last Word podcast, man. Who is on this nice non-leather couch?
It's your boy Chief Neef, y'all. What's up, man?
It's your boy Cartier J.
Your boy Curly J.
And today we're coming at y'all with something a little different, man. What's on the agenda today?
Basically, y'all, I feel like we come in a little different today. You know, we rounded back with a mental health episode. The last one we did was with our boy Awesome. And I felt like it was kind of necessary for a time like this because, you know, everybody's kind of in the season of midterms. Also, I feel like a lot of people are just stressed right now because, you know, it's near the end of the year, trying to get a lot of big projects underway and this and the third. So we just here to shed a little light on that mental health, man.
Respect.
Yeah, no, for
I
real.
think we got to go and start it off by going around the room, ask everybody how their mentals right now.
Yeah, and I kind of want to do it I Am Athlete style, like how they used to do it. I don't know if they do it now because I stopped watching them. Shout out to Pivot Podcast. But basically what they do, is they do check-ins on each other. So they talk about how they are mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially, and they rate it all of 1 through 10.
Financially, I'm on fucking 0.
No, I was ready to talk about that.
Let's do that one.
Yes.
Just got back from Mexico, man. Shit, I think I can speak for all of us except for this young brother right here that I'm on E.
Yes.
I'm on E too.
What's below E?
Niggas
All right.
evaporated.
Wait, let's be organized. Let's go in order. So go ahead.
Mental health, probably a 4. What's the other ones?
Spiritual.
Spiritual, I guess I'm an 8.
Financial.
Physical, kind of healthy, a 4 or 5.
4 is not. 4 is not.
4 or 5.
Nigga, you're dying.
I guess a 6, I guess.
We should not be laughing.
There's no way.
Financial, I'd probably say a 6.
Physically, 4 or 5 is crazy.
4 or 5 is crazy as
I'm
fuck.
on E4.
But okay, I'd say mentally, if I'm being honest, probably a 5. Physically, I'd say like a 6 because just coming back from vacation to eating all that BS and all that, bro. Like my body fuel lately has been bad, but I'm trying to get back into it. Spiritually, I'd say I'm a solid 9. And financially, of course, zip zada, not even on the scale.
All right, so the first one's mental. Mental, I give myself a 6. I just came for my birthday. Mexico was very much fun. However, I do feel like trips are only temporarily, and then getting back to the world, it can be a little difficult. And especially like coming from a trip like that, like we were gone for a long time. So I give that a 5. What's after that? Spiritual, I give myself a 5 because I have not been in church in so long, honestly, and I regret that. Financially, a 0, please. I don't even want to get to that.
Say please.
Please, I don't even want to talk about that. And then, health wise, I give myself a 4. I have been eating like shit. I feel like shit right now. I feel like I got hit by a train this morning. I was sick. And I feel like my body could be better. I have a fashion show in 9 days, y'all, and I was eating like shit. So, yeah.
Spiritually, I'm 7. I get my prayer in. Financially, fuck no. A 1. I just got a new job, so hopefully that changes. So that's why I'm.
You secured it?
Huh?
You secured it?
Yeah.
Good job, bro.
Good job.
So
It makes one of us.
I'm okay. Physically, I want to start back getting in the gym, so 6, I guess. I'm not terrible, but I'm not at my peak. Which one am I missing?
Health.
Oh, mental health. I don't know. I was listening to some Rod Wave earlier.
Oh shit.
And I almost started crying. I don't know why. I almost started. I don't know. So I guess 6 again. I don't know. Yeah.
So I want to open up the floor to say, like, if anyone want to talk about their struggles or current things that they got going on, I'll go first. I ain't gonna put all my business out there, but I'll just say that I got someone in my life that's been recently incarcerated, and I say I don't know. It's weird. Like, one day I'm good, but one day I'm not, and it's like really that. And I was really actually glad for that Mexico trip because just all the shit that in my life I felt like just kept on attacking me. Like even during the summer, like I just had a lot of shit going on, so I needed that break and I needed that vacay to chill out. So now it's like even dealing with the incarceration of one of my loved ones. I mean, it still affects me, but it's the fact of I feel like I came back with new energy of, okay, let's look at some certain things in a different light, and let's just be there for your loved ones and just keep on pushing. Because the one thing I told my little brother the other day when it came to the situation was, you gotta control what you can control. You know what I'm saying? And it's not in my power. You just gotta pray, if that's your religion, or just do what you think is healthy to make it through the daily basis and all that stuff.
I would say for me, 2 things. One, I feel like the older I get, sorry, I told you I was sick. But anyway, the older I get, I do feel like that what I hate is money. Like that just becomes such a big deal. And like that plays one of the biggest tolls on my mental, especially like with the Mexico trip. I mean, long story short, I was almost arrested and I had to pay $400. That was more money I wanted to pay that day. So that obviously took a mental.
My nigga free.
But that I will say also too.
Fuck the policia.
No, honestly, Mexico police are corrupt as fuck. Like I'm saying that shit with my my chest, bro. But that another thing is making sure that like when I do shit because I actually want to do it. I'm happy about it. Like sometimes I feel like I would always do shit, especially like my old job. I really did not like that job that much, but like it just, I feel like you get trapped in like you got to do because you got to pay bills or whatever. You want to be broke. You so accustomed to that whole you got to work until you can get that shit. But it's like why keep working at a place that's fucking up your mental? Why I keep doing this shit?
You want to know something? That's the exact reason I quit touching.
Yes, that's literally how I felt. I was like, I can't keep doing this and fucking up my mental.
I can't go into a place where I'm spending 40 hours a week and then I know those 40 hours a week I'm gonna be miserable.
Yeah.
But
Or how about this? It got to a point where like literally like my heart would start racing having to go to work. Like, do you ever just dread your job that much that like your heart races? Like you're literally pulling yourself out of your fucking bed to get to work. Like that's how I would literally. And I work from home. Like that's the issue. I work from home.
Walk across the street.
Yes. But like it was that ass. Like it got to that point where I just felt like that was dead ass the biggest mental toll on me. Like it felt like it kept putting me in a dark place. Working from home, like people think it's all good and glorified. You see people with TikToks and shit like that, but it has its moments. Like it's not that good. It's just pros and cons to everything. But I realized it wasn't for me, and also too with me being young, I just turned 20. I think that's why I said my mental's at a 6 because I'm not mad. I'm good. We joke about we broke or whatever. We ain't at the worst, okay? We definitely ain't at the worst. Thank God. Yeah, our lives are still good. Thank God. Like we are humble enough to be able to be in a position that we are in. However, we are 20 and we're young. And like we were saying with that DJ Flacco video, we are able to do shit that our parents and shit like that may not be able to try or test or whatever. My favorite quote right now is do it scared. Like shit is going to be scary. You may be judged. I feel like that's a lot of reasons why we don't do shit. We feel like, oh, we're going to be judged. We don't know how people are going to feel about us. Well, what if we're not good at it? Just do it scared. You never know. That shit may be the best damn decision you done ever made. But yeah.
I mean, it was cool.
No, nigga, you need to talk. Your ass at a 4, 3, 2, 1.
I mean, like, everybody has a struggle. I mean, I get over it in about another week or whatever. But, I mean, I can't be too mad, though. I just had my 21st birthday. I know a lot of my homeboys that didn't even make it past high school. So, that's always a blessing. Really, I don't know. I would say health-wise though, cause I don't know. I went to the doctor. I didn't get bad news, but at the same time, it wasn't what I was looking for. So that it didn't bring me down, but also it was kind of awakening or whatever. And I'm not dying, y'all. Nothing, just to not use your word. But and just my birthday was kind of. It wasn't sad because I always I never really celebrate my birthday because to me it's not that special. But I don't know, turning 21, I literally did something I never do. I literally walked outside. It was at my house too. I literally walked outside in my fucking underwear. I looked at myself like in my car's mirror, and I was like, "Yo, you're a grown ass man." And I almost and I almost shed a tear because it's like, damn, bro, I do not want to grow up. Like I dreaded this day for a long ass time. So other than that, though, I think I'm doing fine or whatever. It's just small stuff.
Yeah, I'd say.
But why do you feel that way about your birthday?
It just never was special to me though. I mean, even as a little kid though, everybody was like, my birthday. I was like, you got to be born someday. So it never really was that. I used to not want parties or whatever because I just felt like it was kind of corny though. Not shitting on anybody who has a birthday party, but it just kind of corny to me.
You just not like the spotlight on you. Because honestly, for me, when it came to me not celebrating my birthday, I know what it is. I find more fun celebrating other people than me.
Yeah, that is.
Because even what was it, my 20th, when y'all threw a surprise birthday dinner, like when all that attention was on me, I don't know. It felt like I was happy. Of course, I was truly blessed, and that was honestly one of the best birthdays. But like, it just felt weird. Like I'm always so used to, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm always so down to just hype someone else up. But like when it comes to you, like I don't know, it feels weird.
No, me, I'm a birthday whore. I was in Mexico. It's me cumpleaños. It's me cumpleaños. I feel like, honestly, just like what you said, you're 21. Like, that's a blessing itself. I don't think that you have to do anything extravagant for your birthday. However, I feel like everybody does need to celebrate their birthday some sort of way. It's a blessing that God was able to have you stay on this earth for an extra year. He chose you to be able to do that because deadass, there's people out here that's getting seizures out of nowhere, getting shot at for no reason. Like, it's literally a blessing to say that you survived another year on this earth every year.
Yeah, like it was right after because we graduated in the pandemic. So right after graduation, my homeboy from middle school, Data, had got killed, and it just made me think. It was like, damn, we was literally in the same classroom.
Yeah.
In like it was 7th grade, McNair Middle School, and I was like, damn. And now he's like gone, and that was like, to me, that's probably, other than my ex teammate, I'm not gonna say his name, but other than my ex teammate who recently got killed, I think it was earlier this year. That was probably the closest person to me, closest friend that had ever died. So when people always say, free the guys or RP, my homie or whatever, it didn't hit me until he died. So I would say that though. So I went to I went and celebrated though, but I couldn't go to the funeral because it was just like, I don't know. In my head, it was like, what if that was me in that casket? And I don't like to look at my death because it's like, I know like.
Are you scared of death?
No. It's interesting though. If there was a book about my life, I wouldn't read it to the end, but I know the end was coming, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I don't want to know how it's going to end, but I do know there will be an end.
Of course.
Because, the only thing in life that's guaranteed is death. So,
yeah.
It's actually,
I'll say this, though. When people say that, I feel like there's always a little bit of fear. Not saying that you're fearful that of it happening, but you can't say subconsciously you're not a tad bit fearful. I hate that people try to make it seem like, oh, they're completely not scared of death. You have a little bit of a subconscious fear in you. Mm-hmm. You just come accustomed to how Larry said, the only thing guaranteed is death. But there still is a tad bit of a fear in there.
And you don't let it consume you though.
Yeah, you can't let it consume you.
I don't think fear is the right word. Because God forbid.
It is fear. How else would you describe it?
Because I got you. But God forbid, right, in a scenario, I knew that I was dying in a week, right? I wouldn't be scared of the fact that I'm dying. I'd be concerned on the fact of not only did I not achieve my dreams of this and the third, but I'm not there with my loved ones. I wouldn't say it's fear,
but that's
more of a you see what I'm saying?
But your fear of that death because of that. Those are the your fear is that umbrella, and then those are the subunits. What you're saying,
Okay,
but that's all encompassed in fear.
Okay, because when I was thinking of fear, I'm thinking shaking fear, not like
No, not hyperventilating. I'm saying like everybody has that.
That's what you're
Like
saying.
even with roller coasters, for instance, this is a good analogy. I feel
roller
like
coasters.
everybody. You may say you love roller coasters, but that don't mean when I get on that roller coaster, I ain't a little bit scared. In my mind, I love roller coasters. I'll get on a roller coaster, but don't think that when I'm getting up to that top, I ain't a little bit fearful that shit like not going to work.
If something loose, I could die. I could,
It's always going to be a little bit of a fear in there. It's just you can't, like you said, let it consume you.
And with that, real quick, on the way that you said of the roller coaster just analogy and just the fear of stuff like the future coming. I was talking to my little brother, and I'm not outing you, little nigga. I'm not even sure if he's watching the podcast. But he was just talking about how he's just afraid of his future and like, you know, just shit going on in his life. And I was like, yo, like, even as a college student, that fear of like, are you gonna amount to something or this and the third? Like those years, even though he's like, my brother's like a senior in high school, like I that shit hits me every now and then. Like I'm not sure that it hits y'all, but like the whole uncertainty of your future and then just seeing certain people like our age, you know, on social media, having successful brands or podcasts, and then you kind of compare yourself a little bit. Like it's hard not to compare yourself, but then you also gotta remember, and I think you say this the most to me, is the fact of you just gotta remember that well, one, of course, not everyone's the same, but at the same time, you're only 20. That shit's not normal. And I just want to say that to everybody that's like watching, like, and who has that fear of your future. Like, it's cool, bro. Like, you have time. Like, you're 20.
Yo, some of the greats like Tyler Perry,
Yeah.
Oprah, like so many of them started, or even Karl Langford, I believe it was, or Langford, like one of the popular designers. Like they all, Telfar, I think started late in his career. Like so many people don't start, Steve Harvey. So many people start later, and we just feel like it's really social media that fucked us up. Social media fucked us up in that mental of you see just some of your peers doing good, but out of those peers, there's billions of us, out of those little people that we just see on Instagram, but we're just so quick to compare. And like I always say, social media is showing you the best version of them. We're comparing our worst version to their best version.
5 seconds of it.
5 seconds of it.
That
That's
one little Snapchat, one little IG pic.
yes.
You start thinking.
And sadly, we do play a part in it. Because we do play a part in it. We play a part in it when it comes to our clips. I know I play a part of it when it comes to filters.
Yeah.
But like we all play a part in it. And it sucks. But like I do feel like that I had to memorize, like I just turned 20. You feel me? And like I be thinking I'm behind in my life. Motherfucker, I was like out my parents' wing by the time I was 18. Like that's a blessing. How many people?
Really?
17 really. Really 17.
You just took a trip to Mexico
Mexico.
at the age of 19.
Yeah.
That shit's not normal.
Normal.
Even at 20, shit, fuck it.
Yes.
Niggas don't even go out the country till they're 27.
Some niggas spend their whole life and they never leave their state.
Yes.
And that's
Their
real.
hometown.
Like I think we just gotta remember that we're blessed, bro. And I wanted to say, with all these stressful topics and things like that, like I wanted to just share a few practices that like I kind of do, and I mean shit, all of us that we do to just stay chill again, just to remind y'all that like there's ways to handle the stress. And a thing that I told my little bro the other day was, honestly, sometimes I just breathe and I look outside and I just look at nature for a little bit. I just look outside and just observe and just look at the calmness and all that, and just remember that shit will always keep on going on. But one thing that you could always one thing that you can do to notice that there's always certain emotion is keep your calmness, keep your peace. Because once you disturb your peace, I feel like, and you said it in the DJ Flacco episode, your mental is everything. So if you don't have peace up here in mind, you can't move.
Everything else fucked.
Yeah.
So you just gotta breathe, chill out, know that the world's never gonna stop for you. It sucks, but the world never is gonna stop for you. They're never gonna feel sorry for you. You're always just there's gonna be hard times. But if you just breathe, take it all in, control what you can control, and keep that calmness in you, bro, you're gonna make it a long way. And it's gonna be hard days, but you're gonna make it a long way with that mentality.
Facts though. Or just do what Josh said, listen to some Ride Wave.
Shit, cry it out, nigga.
Or even do what I do, smoke some weed. Sponsor us raw. Nah, but
I don't know.
I will. No, go ahead.
You got it.
I was just about to say, like, I was going back off to the techniques. Like, I think that a lot of it is sometimes we are always inside. I've realized that I love going outside. Like, sometimes if you just getting some fresh air, some sun, like, that's all that sometimes your body just needs. Like,
Yeah.
I think lacking that vitamin D, it really does affect your mood a lot. So definitely get like some sunlight. Another thing is too that I do like. I like to sometimes like journal my feelings down or whatever. Like if I have a paper, just write down something really quickly. And the more and more you kind of start writing, the more and more you kind of figure out the root of it all. And then you kind of can go from there. And another thing from one of the greats, Kobe, that I heard. I watch a lot of Kobe shit on YouTube. He has a bunch of inspirational shit. He really was that nigga, bro. Like Kobe was that guy.
Was it still is.
It still is. But Kobe would say like one of the techniques that he would use is he would kind of break down, like he would go through his emotions. A lot of people, we like to block off our emotions a little bit. And when you don't go through it, you don't understand what the root of is that emotion. And that's what fucks us up. When you get to the root of that emotion and then solve that root of that emotion, that helps you keep going and going and going and going and going. You not even getting to that root, you internalizing it. You're not even trying to fix it. You're just trying to keep going on and on about your day. It's not going to make anything better. It's just going to keep you stagnant where you are. So
Bruh, I would say, like both of y'all just gave y'all things. I would say, bro, out of what y'all just said, the main thing is, bro, turn your phone off.
yeah.
Turn that fucking phone off, bro. Like you said, you like to get outside nature. You don't need your phone to go outside. You don't need your phone to journal. You don't need your phone to breathe. Like you said, breathe, take a breath. Turn your damn phone off. Like I really I know like when I have my kids, like all that having a phone at 4 years old, 5, bro, I'm not having that shit, bro. For real. Cause that shit'll it'll fuck you up.
Yeah, iPad kid.
iPad kid.
You got
I
any
feel like you gotta have a hobby though.
Yeah.
You gotta have like a pastime or something though.
And that sucks though, because I feel like I don't. And that's my issue. That's something I've been really, really like trying to find,
But what
like
you
a good
call
hobby.
though? That's one thing I don't know. What you
Okay, like a hobby is
you
like,
do a lot of things.
Like
So
I
I'm
like off-roading and fishing and doing work. Like actually, when I got older, yard work to me is a hobby. Like cutting the grass to me, not the but like actual riding along. It's actually very therapeutic. And like going fishing shit, it's actually very therapeutic.
fishing I could see as a hobby. But like when it comes to my life, I would say
but like, let's say you like to dance, taking dance classes. That's a hobby.
Or
Like you
cooking.
just cooking. Like, okay, I'm lying. I've been trying to learn how to cook a little bit. Or I like riding the bird through the city. That's one of my favorite things to do. Like it's a good way.
So would Netflix be like gaming?
Yeah.
but my thing is though, right? I'd say that, but
It's a stress reliever.
I don't do it often, like at all.
How often
It's
do you
not
get on the
it's
game?
not about
Doing it often.
it's your pastime. It's your what do you do
To relax.
Right. So it doesn't matter if you do it for an hour out of the day or you do it every weekend. It's just something that you do.
And I agree with what you're saying, that because some days, actually no, I'm capping, because the days that I have really to myself, which is really rare, to where I have free time, I'll switch on 2K. I'll put on one of my podcasts. I just listen to a podcast and I'll play the game, bro.
Podcast is a hobby. Listening to podcasts.
Like I like to listen to podcasts and play the game because I'm getting in the word and I'm playing the game, bro. That's just my favorite part.
Is sleep a hobby?
Yes, I was about to say, yo, give me a good nap and a
And
good
it's
show.
Yeah.
But I think my favorite is, listen to like a new album on the bird, just riding through the city. Like, and then you get to meet different people, go to like different little places, eat a little lunch at a cafe or some shit. Like,
You know what I recently started doing though? Now that, I started back going fishing with my dad or whatever, and started going back to Alabama now. I love like going down to Stockbridge or like Locust Grove or whatever, which just is like nothing but like grass and shit in the fields on the farm, and just riding the 4-wheel around, fucking with like the animals and the dogs and shit. Like being one with nature. Like it sounds corny, but once you do it, it actually feels like nice. I feel like, because my dad's from Alabama. So I kind of like, when I go to Alabama, it's like we do nothing but country ass shit. Like all this city shit, these skyscrapers and buildings. you don't even have phone service down there. So all that Snapchat and Instagram and TikTok and all that, you can't even do that. So like we really just be in the yard. Obviously they drink beer, chew tobacco. I don't do that shit. So like
I think that's a good detox, bro. That social media shit and that all that signals and all that bullshit, it's something that like you can really distance yourself. And I think there was a few parts actually of that trip to where like I noticed on vacay, I don't really go on my phone as much as I do right now because I literally like shit. I could even see we wasn't even on the podcast for real. I think niggas just got to take a time break, and I think that was really therapeutic and just really just enjoying the people around you, enjoying the environment, enjoying the moment.
And that's why I love vacation.
That shit kind of good that like you didn't have service in Mexico.
Yeah.
Because like when you don't have service, like, you know, when we on the bus, it kind of forces you to actually talk.
Have a
Have
genuine
yeah, people don't talk
conversation.
no more.
Hell no.
Like if we didn't know each other and we were like in a before Uber, like when they used to do Uber Pool or whatever, or back like in school or whatever, if your teacher didn't come in, people would just be on their phones. Nobody would even talk and socialize now.
That's true.
So I don't know, it helps. So
It's so bad that nigga we was texting each other when we had service back at the B&B.
But also too, don't y'all feel like the phone's a defense mechanism? A little bit. Like if you are in a crowd of people that you don't know, whatever, I feel like the phone has become a defense mechanism for introverts.
I get on that phone even if it's dead.
Yeah, like you.
Oh, nigga, I'm playing with that.
Yeah, you play with your settings and shit. Like you walk into a party or I be in the settings like what light mode, dark mode, bold text, unbold text, changing.
Nigga, I don't
like,
ID this shit.
yeah, I'd be
48
changing
times,
shit. But like it'd be like you go into a party and shit like that, you don't know nobody, or your friend is in like a circle and you don't know none of them. So you like, well, I don't want to seem like the odd one. Now let me just go on this phone and act like I actually doing some shit. Yeah. It's a defense mechanism. That's why niggas are on their phone.
Yeah.
Whereas back then without the phone, the flip phones and shit, you ain't doing nothing. You had to have personality. You had to
them
engage.
old school house parties, you had to walk in and then you had to at least see somebody.
You gotta meet.
Exactly.
Even though some people define me as a social person, I think I need to get back to that of putting that phone down and being more social, more open. Because I
definitely do.
Sometimes even when I'm walking through campus, you see everybody walking through on their phone,
Head
AirPods.
down.
Nigga, when I tell you, I'm not even doing anything. I'm not texting anyone. I'm just looking at my damn wallpaper playing.
And that's so
around.
I'm going on
dangerous,
Instagram
too.
looking at the same photos I saw 15 minutes ago, or
That's
watching.
so dangerous.
Yeah,
too.
it
Like
is.
everybody's got their neck down, just looking. You're not even looking to where you going. I'm like, what the fuck? And that's just like the norm. And you just like, because I was literally driving one day past GSU, and I literally just see it like during the campus or whatever, and I just see everybody. I'm just like, these motherfuckers are crossing the street on their phone. Like if I was a driver that didn't give a fuck, I would just hit them. Like what the fuck? It's just gotten that bad.
It's scary to see it now because it's progressing in a worse way, bro. And if it's like this now, what's it gonna look like in 10 years? Like 10 years.
How bad? Real bad.
You gonna have holograms to go to class for you in 10 years.
That's why I said we have to change. That's why I said my kids, no.
I mean, I feel like my parents did it good. Yeah, because I didn't have a phone until middle school. My first one was a BlackBerry. I think I was in like the 7th grade too.
I had a phone in like third, fourth
I had a phone.
What was that little game on the play?
Brick Breaker. I love Brick Breaker. Yes. Or Tetris. They had Tetris on there too.
Tetris is my shit.
Yeah.
But man. I just wanted to say, I think this was a wonderful episode. I think this was needed. We're definitely gonna continue to do certain episodes like this just to shed light on certain things and just to relate to y'all. I've been Chief Neef and I had the last word, y'all.
Hey man, good mental health episode. Keep buying condoms. It's good for your mental health and your physical health.